Hey guys, EST here with a bit of a different video this time. And believe it or not, you guys know I love to do my dry runs on this channel where I just test something in real life to see if it really works, whether it be a sleeping bag or a fire starting method or a piece of gear or not washing my hair for 3 weeks. This was not that. I mean, I did do that, but there was a really dumb reason behind it. Even dumber than let's do it for a video and then report on it. So the results were actually surprising. I was only going to do it for a couple days and I thought, this actually isn't bad. I kind of like, the effects here. Let's see if this goes way off a cliff or not. So on about day 3 or 4, I was like, let's just make this a YouTube video. Let's keep going with it. So if you guys appreciate the sacrifices and effort I put in for you. Okay, I'm being a bit hyperbolic, but hey, like the video and subscribe if you like my style. And I will warn you, if you don't, this is one of the stupider videos. We've got way better content on this channel. So what happened? Well, my work schedule was insane. I was on call 1 week for the whole weekend, and then I had to work a different job, and then I was editing, and then I had to work the next Saturday. I just could not go get a haircut, and nothing around here is open on Sunday. So what does that have to do with it? Well, my hair was getting pretty crazy long. I mean, I really needed a haircut. And when, thin blonde hair starts getting long, it likes to curl up, especially my bangs. And it just looks so bad. I mean, get a little mini mullet and some fluff, whatever. Okay, but I'm a guy, I don't own hair products, so I didn't know how to, weigh it down, or I thought, let's throw some conditioner on there. That'll buy me some time. Turns out cheap conditioner is cheap conditioner, total garbage. So then I thought, okay, I'm not going into work looking like this. This is just terrible. So over a weekend, I'm just like, we're doing something about this, which, not get a haircut. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get drastic hair. I'm not skipping lunch just to not look horrible. Come on. So I noticed just camping or being out wherever, working 36 hours straight, my hair looks really, really good for about 1 day. If I just let the natural oils in it and just weighs it down, I get a little sheen, little extra bright color. It looks amazing. And then the next day I just look homeless. It gets a little too low. It just starts to look greasy from a distance, and that reason is because it is. But, going back even to Dateline NBC in 2020, if you remember that, it could still be on, but I'm talking early 2000s. I thought I remember seeing something about, shampoo, is everything we think about it wrong? What about this new product that doesn't, take away the oil? And this whole country has been doing that the whole time, and look at this, and it reduces this and does this, and it's actually healthy for you, and we shouldn't be, totally nuking every last thing on your head with a full-blown detergent molecule. And I always saw that, even clickbait articles on the internet where they're either trying to sell you something or they're just trying to grab the headline with, ooh, I didn't wash my hair for a year. Click on this to see how it went. Just morbid curiosity articles. And I've never read one of those. I've never clicked on one of those. I just knew there was something to it. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try just rinsing my hair in just water. Because I know, you look at any kind of survival scenario, whatever, people start looking ratty, awful, and feeling uncomfortable and having smelly hair and smelly everything else after about 2 or 3 days. I'm mostly referring to males because, we have the, 300% more capable pores or whatever, sweat glands. Gotta cool the muscles with that high volume output. Oh yeah. We do get to stankin'. So that's about all you can get. I thought, if somebody just stopped washing their hair, but then I went and found one of those articles when I was in the middle of this, hey, this seems to be a thing and it doesn't seem to be getting worse. Just kind of rinsing it in water with zero, soap or shampoo. And then, just a little bit of conditioner on top of it. And my hair looks so good for about a week or two. I'm I'm just doing this. I only got the haircut because it was in my eyes. So the results were quite good. And I thought, how long can I get away with this? And it looks like almost indefinitely. So after a couple days, I might have mentioned this, I thought, well, that's a YouTube video. So it was 50%, let's see how long I can get away with this, and 50%, wow, I look really good. And then 50 additional percent, don't think about that too hard, I literally could not get away to get my hair cut. So I thought, okay, shampoo was a pretty recent invention. What the heck did humans do? Just not bathe? And you could probably go on YouTube and just type in medieval bathing and probably get some weird results, but, you'd also find some here's how they used to do this back in the day, because that's pretty hot right now, pretty click-worthy topic. But my guess, without even looking into it, was they just rinsed in water. Maybe they had some kind of, homemade soap, because I think, whale blubber and this and that, and you mix it with lye, and they've known how to make soap for a while, but you still probably wouldn't use it in your hair. And I know, even back in the 1900s, they used to bathe once a week sometimes on the farm or whatever, but I think a full bath is what they're talking about, more modern stuff. People would throw water on their face, I would think. Just a little splash here and there, freshen up, maybe hit the pits and run your hair over under the water or something and towel it off. That had to have been how multiple cultures did it. So I thought, well, if it's good enough for them, we're going pre-shampoo. Let's go. And as I stated before, the results were very impressive. Not only did my hair look absolutely amazing, it stayed where I put it. It didn't frizz up and just get annoying. But it didn't smell. It worked. Apparently just regulating, not sweating like crazy, and just leveling off to like an amount of oil, but not enough to look terrible or be unhealthy. That seems to be the ideal state. And that's why I think some shampoos lately, like in the last 10 years, that have said, hey, we leave some of the natural oils in your hair for a better result, that's really blowing up. But it turns out you could just not use any at all and just rinse in water. Now, I think once or twice, especially on the weekend when I didn't care how I looked the next day, I got something in my hair from just being out, whatever, chopping down wood, or I just did like a quick, tiny amount of shampoo just to get like a little bit of bubbles and just get it out of there. And then that kind of worked, but it was noticeably worse, drier. Took about a day to half a day to recover from that and make it look good again. And conditioner just didn't undo it. Now, if you have some kind of styling product that's like a heavier, oil, silicone, so I don't know what they're made out of. Like I said, I'm a guy, I don't do hairstyle products. I mean, they've even seen polymers, but that's more for spiking. But the key is, you could do this and it would be just fine. So I've actually seen some people say, hey, in my bug out bag, in my emergency kit, in my extended kit, that's not just the core stuff, it's just nice stuff in case I have an extra 30 seconds. I've got, bars of soap because, cleanliness, and if you eat with dirty hands, you could catch like a disease or have dysentery or just, general intestinal distress from bacteria. They're not wrong, but then they throw in shampoo or basic like camping soap, biodegradable stuff. That's great if you're camping, but the spill chance, the contamination, if that were to burst even in like a bag, if you really secured or triple layers or something, okay, pretty good. But if a knife or a point of something got through that, oh boy, you have conditioner all over all your food, all your equipment, all your electronics, everything, or shampoo. I guess it would be quite silly to put conditioner in. I'm just not interested in liquids of that nature going in anything that I own. So now I think from my experiment, I can tell you with certainty it's not dumb clickbait. It's not, me trying to sell you some dumb shampoo. This ain't sponsored. I'm not trying to sell you anything. But it is possible to just wash your hair with just water. Now, it was warm water, and that might have something to do with it. But if it's available, it could even not be necessarily perfectly clean water, but do keep in mind that if you just picked up like algae and lake water and you get amoebas and bacteria and algae and stuff growing all over you, ooh boy, that is some of that stuff you don't want drying on your skin. That could get really bad. Not to mention any kind of salt, contaminants, that kind of stuff. But if fresh water is available, I feel like about every 48 hours, if you were to like pretty thoroughly rinse your hair for about 2 minutes, maybe a minute, with absolutely nothing else, you'll be fine, it seems like, indefinitely. You'd have to worry about a haircut sooner than you have to worry about your hair becoming a complete and utter disaster. So I know some of you guys were like deployed to the military, some of you have worked like aid, overseas and stuff. What do you do if you can't wash your hair for multiple days? Like, how bad did it get with absolutely no assistance? And did you have a similar experience? Because there's all different hair thicknesses, styles, all that. I want to hear about it down in the comments section. How often did you have access to it, and how did it go? Did it go perfect? Did it go bad? Was it good for 5 days, and after that it was a nightmare? But the whole, you gotta be clean, you're gonna have, skin funguses and bacteria and this and that and whatever, usually just enough UV light. So if weather permitting, wear as little clothes as possible if you're out in a real true like collapse survival scenario. Although sunburns, so it depends upon the time of year. But just UV light goes a very long way to killing a lot of the harmful stuff on your skin. So a lot of like skin ailments and fungal infections, all that are because people wear clothes. Now I'm not saying, pro not wearing clothes. I think those people are just pervs. And I do heavily believe in modesty. But just realize that we're not really designed to wear clothes. But there's deodorant and soap for that. So you do have to factor it in. But once again, based on past experience before soap was really even invented, people just use water. And I can attest to it working. Now, I'm not telling anybody to try this, just for the fun of it. I'm just saying it might be okay if you were forced into doing this. And of course, none of this is medical advice. But I have heard certain things like not using like harsh, really strong, base molecules, detergents, soaps, that kind of stuff. Not using that, they've seen lately in some studies can prevent balding or at least slow it down, so that's huge. It's probably just basic follicle health. The numbers I've seen are very impressive, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I've heard stuff like actually if you were to get lice or some kind of like head, insect, they actually prefer really clean hair. I couldn't find like hard, studies behind that, but it does seem to be like a common knowledge thing that's said quite often. But yeah, I mean, I've seen time and time again, letting your body just be in like a natural state will prevent certain illnesses that are common now because of the way we live. I'm not some naturalist, hipster person, give me all the pills and solve all the problems and let's science our way out of it. But I'm just saying the evidence and the studies are there. So if you found this video interesting, leave a like and subscribe. And I've got a lot of cool ideas for videos coming up in the near future, so watch for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.